Story 1. When I was single and lonely, I joined some hobby clubs. That didn't solve the single aspect, but it helped with the loneliness. A dog also alleviates loneliness immensely. Story 2. I am 26 years old and have never had a girlfriend. Until I was 24, I was very overweight. Since then, I have lost over 70 pounds. This change has helped me gain women's attention and achieve greater success. I have had several short-term relationships, but I am still looking for something serious. The most important advice I can give is to focus on yourself. Fill your life with wonderful hobbies, friends, and anything else that brings you joy. A relationship will come when you truly feel good about yourself and are ready. I am still working on that. Story 3. I think you should use this time to learn about yourself. I understand that having someone in your life can make things easier, but it can also complicate things. It seems like you may want to be with someone just to distract yourself. Learn to love yourself. Life is challenging, and the only constant is you. Even if you never find anyone, what makes your life meaningful and special to you? Don't worry about what others think. I genuinely hope you find the right person at the right time. Story 4. I personally enjoy being alone, so I can't really recommend anything except trying to be like me. It can be difficult to make friends as an adult. Story 5. I got a dog for companionship day today. It helped me make deeper connections with friends. I went to the gym, chatted online, and had random conversations with people in real life while waiting in line at the market. These small interactions built up over time. Having a dog was significant because it forced me to socialize with other dog owners at the dog park. My dog is an extreme extrovert and needs to be friends with everyone. She's a great conversation starter. Story 6. Get outside and sit undisturbed in nature. Maybe get a pet, start a new hobby, and meet new people in the communities you join. Live somewhere you enjoy. I am not single, but I often feel lonely since my partner lives and works over 4 hours away and is very busy. I live in a beach and forest community, so being outside makes me feel happier. I get anxious planning activities with others because I want to keep my schedule open for my partner, so I often go on outings by myself. That helps. We adopted a dog together, but I primarily care for her. She gets me out of the house most days. She is very active and needs stimulation, which also provides me with outdoor activities. She has encouraged me to meet new people and make friends at dog parks because she is very social, and I can't be aloof even if I wanted to be. She annoys me until I take her outside, no matter the weather, as sometimes I can get lost in my thoughts, doing nothing or dwelling on bothersome things. She always brings me back. A pet helps if you can care for it properly. It doesn't completely eliminate the feeling of loneliness, but it does reduce it. Sometimes, I also carve wood by hand. Story 7. Therein lies the rub. I am single, but I am certainly not feeling lonely. Once you become comfortable being alone, the feeling of loneliness dissipates like smoke in the wind, and you experience a tremendous sense of freedom. You do not have to explain yourself to anyone and are not obligated to be anywhere. Your consequences are your own. Story 8. Start earning. Invest more time in improving your future. Additionally, it is important to understand that being alone is often better than being with the wrong person. Story 9. Have people to talk to and hang out with. It is not a replacement for romantic love, but imagine not having any friends or family to talk to and not having a partner. I would probably have a really hard time. Story 10. Just trying to enjoy life. I was single yesterday, I am single today, and I will be single tomorrow. That does not mean I cannot make good use of that time while I search. Story 11. I am single with a 15-year-old daughter, so I am not lonely in the sense that I have no one. However, I have recently joined in-person dating events. I have 2 this weekend. Story 12. I have never been lonely, but I cope with being single by enjoying activities on my own and looking for women I would be interested in, then asking them out. Story 13. What is the reason? That is the real question. If you have a reason to be single, you accept being alone. Therefore, you are not lonely. Once you know why you are single, the only answer is to find someone. If you do not, you will always be lonely. This is a Christian perspective that explains reasons to be single. Story 14. I don't know if single is the right word for me because it might imply availability. I'm never lonely being alone and often find joy in solitude during my free time. I'm unsure if that will change. The longer I experience this, the more I enjoy it. What is there to address? Why do you desire someone else? Story 15. I cry while looking at my six-pack in the mirror. Honestly, I am just not sure I'd be good enough for anyone, so I am afraid to try. Story 16. Lean into work and a fun hobby. Cooking is excellent. You can meet new people at the grocery store, and the experience is enjoyable. Completely takes my mind off my worries. You nourish yourself with good meals, and you will impress your future partner with a delicious home-cooked meal when the opportunity arises. It's beneficial for your current and future phases. Story 17. It is a privilege to have time for yourself. Explore your interests, find hobbies, and journal. Discover what you like and understand what type of person you are, as it will help you grow in a positive way. Story 18. Computers. Is the universe separate from humanity? You are a little god. It helps a bit. Or sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Story 19. This might be a bit unusual, but being surrounded by a group of friends made me realize that I am fully loved by them to the point that I do not seek romantic love. Being independent has paved the way for numerous hobbies that I want to explore or improve upon. Story 20. I believe it was Robin Williams, my favorite comedian, who once said that he wasn't afraid of being alone, but that being around those who made him feel lonely would scare him. He had a dynamic personality, someone whose presence ensured you would never have a dull moment. Story 21. Just use good form. Get lower than the player you are trying to tackle. Don't lead with your head. Explode towards the opponent and wrap up. There is really no different technique than what a married person uses. Story 22. I'm in a relationship and still feel lonely at times. I think the first step is to be a complete person within myself. That's what I'm trying to achieve. My boyfriend is busy most of the time, and I don't have many friends, so it can get pretty lonely. I try to engage in positive activities, but it can be challenging. I'm not sure if I should even respond to this, but here I am. Story 23. It depends on your age and what you have experienced. Everyone should make a plan and stick to a routine. Make it a priority. What you do today should build towards tomorrow. Get outside every day. If anxiety is something you struggle with, that uncomfortable feeling of not feeling safe, whatever it may be, talking to people and making contact can help. During a walk, there is always someone nearby, perhaps walking a dog. I am in the same situation doing this. Story 24. Get enough sleep and eat well. From there, my mood improves enough to seize social opportunities when they arise. Story 25. I don't think about being single unless I'm swiping through apps. It's easy to compartmentalize that relationship when you don't have one. Story 26. Find hobbies. Engage in activities alone, such as going out to eat or watching movies. Get out there and meet people for social interaction. I experienced the same situation for years, but it truly gets better. Story 27. You learn to be satisfied being single. If you can't find contentment in being single, you won't find it in a relationship. Treat yourself to a movie and dinner. Feeling lonely is okay. It's a natural human emotion. You should find a group with shared hobbies or join a Reddit group related to your interests and reach out to people individually. I made a great friend here on Reddit. Story 28. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but when I was living alone and single in my 20s, the answers for me were self-pleasure and cannabis use. Story 29. The key is not to be lonely. Love yourself so much that you are fulfilled by your own company. I have so much going on internally and so much I want to learn and know about that I don't have time to feel lonely. However, that does not stop you from missing someone. Just develop a rich internal life. It truly helps you get through loneliness. Story 30. Are you kidding? Their hand tackles it. I had to take action to save this world, as it can be a draining and negative force. Story 31. Find the activities I enjoy and the people who also appreciate them. I have made strong friendships this way. Occasionally, I have met someone with whom I have shared a deeper connection. Story 32. To be honest, this never bothered me. It only really bothers you when you're with your friends, and they are all dating while you feel left out. Story 33. You need to find a mission. Where do you want to go in life? Where can you improve? What do you want to do to achieve your goals? Once you take action on these, I guarantee you'll make progress in overcoming feelings of being single and lonely. Story 34. I simply enjoy my solitude more than most company. I was extroverted in college and for a few years afterward, but as I've gotten into my late 20s, I've found that I prefer the serenity of hiking, gaming, and traveling alone rather than with others. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy spending time with friends and family, but nothing compares to exploring a new place on your own schedule and in your own time. The key is to enjoy your own company. Story 35. Enjoy your existing hobbies and explore new ones. Consider taking classes or attending meetups to learn and enjoy these activities with others. Meetup is a great platform where you can find local and online gatherings for almost any hobby you can imagine. I used it years ago to make new friends after moving to a new state and found my current pickup softball league that way. The key is to connect with people who share your interests. Another option is to take a class to learn a new skill. I recently decided to learn sewing, took a class, and ended up making a new friend. Story 36. I focus on work and try to pick up as many hours as I can to distract myself. When I have the motivation, I go to the gym. It turns out that lifting weights while immersed in music is good therapy. Story 37. Loneliness is simply missing someone who does not exist. Do not give it more attention or energy than any other fantasy. People who become trapped in that mindset may appear desperate, making it less likely that anyone will want to spend time with them. Story 38. Have a hobby and join clubs. I play competitively with a group, but I also plan to join the local hiking cooperative when I am a bit fitter. Story 39. Beats being in a relationship and still feeling lonely, thinking to yourself, this is fine. This is okay. At least I'm not alone. Lying to yourself. Story 40. Join groups. I can't just socialize with people. I need a goal to work towards, and I never excelled at sports. Story 41. Grinder helps in the short term, but mostly I enjoy the level of freedom I have. I have plenty of time to work on projects, ride motorcycles, play virtual reality games, work on healthy hours, and go to the gym. Not to say loneliness isn't a factor. It creeps in hard. But it's another form of boredom, which means my mind has gone idle and I'm fixating on nothing. I need to either occupy myself, remind myself how green the grass is on this side, or open Grindr and seek companionship again. Story 42. I can go where I want, buy what I want, and do what I want whenever I choose, with nobody there to judge, restrict, or take up my time. That is my peace. Story 43. Be a confident individual, do what makes you happy, and you will find someone when the time is right. Trust the process. Story 44. Hobbies and self-improvement include going to the gym, always learning new skills, new languages, and setting new goals. Essentially, it is about continually becoming stronger, better, more competent, and more reliable. Story 45. What I have started doing is activities I would normally engage in if I had a partner. It feels like I wasted so much time just waiting to do things. We only have one life, and I try to remember that while doing my best to make the most of it. Story 46. By reading about the challenges people face in marriage and relationships, such as divorce, infidelity, and financial exploitation, it becomes clear that the grass is not always greener. Story 47. Get good at talking to the opposite sex. Try putting yourself in the friend zone on purpose. Find qualities in them that you admire and express your appreciation. You would be amazed at how far a little non-physical compliment can take you in someone's life. I really appreciate your ability to stay composed when things don't work out as intended. Your understanding of that topic we have in common is remarkable. You must have an excellent memory or something. Story 48. I try to engage in activities that I enjoy, such as hiking, watching movies, dining out, and listening to music. I have found that at those moments when I feel truly content and confident, people are naturally drawn to me. While I don't always end up forming lasting connections, I often make new friends. Story 49. I am currently experiencing a similar struggle. At 32 years old, I am coming out of a 6-year relationship that I believed was the one. While I don't have all the answers, here's what I am doing. I am hitting the gym hard, spending time with friends as often as possible, and picking up new hobbies, such as golf and piano. I am also willing to invest extra time into my career. I am actively using dating apps and putting myself out there. I remain hopeful and keep a positive mindset. Story 50. Try to schedule dates multiple nights a week. Spend time with your friends on the other nights. Focus on your work and take up a new hobby. Story 51. Spend some of your free time becoming the person you would want your future partner to love dating. Take better care of your body. Get a dog and walk it 10,000 steps a day. Listen to informative podcasts during your walk. Add more healthy foods to your plate. Stretch. Create attractive habits, and you might meet someone at the dog park or while walking. One thing that was challenging but incredibly helpful for me was asking my closest friends for feedback on areas I could improve. I received many suggestions and worked on most of them. A few months later, I met my husband at an event. Good luck. Story 52. Genuinely speaking, sit down and think. This process is difficult and painful. First, you start getting everyday thoughts, shallow ideas about what you have done that day or a recent memory. That will be followed by the bad things. It's going to be horrible, and it will make you want to rip your head in half. You must push through. Endure it, and no matter what, don't reach for distractions. Let the thoughts consume you. Allow yourself to feel the sadness and let your mind process everything. After that, you will reach clarity. You will be able to let go of your insecurities and accept that it's okay to be lonely. There is nothing wrong with walks by yourself, meals, and coffee too. You'll accept your circumstances and appreciate what you have, and with just a bit of time, you will be happy. We don't get enough chances to think deeply anymore. There are too many distractions, and the biggest one is in your hand right now. Put it down and think. Go for a walk, find a quiet place, and reflect. Story 53. I choose not to be lonely. Unless you have a severe mental disorder that causes extreme asociality, it's easy not to feel lonely, regardless of your location in the world. All you need is a stable internet connection, a Valve Index with motion trackers, a virtual reality chat application, and a fully rigged avatar. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.